Pre-calculus students, this is a summary of your music project. And again, the big idea is that we're learning how to graph sine and cosine through the use of music and sound waves. So I'm going to give you kind of a full explanation of the project here. It's probably going to take 5 or 10 minutes, but if you hold tight, you should get what you're asking for and looking for. I have the rubric up on the screen. You can see I'm going to mainly focus on the proficient column, but I am going to detail some of the advanced column. Notice that it says in addition to proficient. So anything that is advanced has to include the 3. Okay. The first part of this is just kind of some fun for you. You get to select a music piece and explain why you chose it. Okay. So, and I've kind of detailed this for you already, but in a search engine, I'm partial to Johnny Cash. So I would type Johnny Cash Ring of Fire chords. Bam. There it is. And you can see that we can take this copy it, paste it. Okay, you've just met that part of the rubric. Okay, and it takes, some songs are a little harder to find. I'll give you that. If you need, I can help you find chords, build chords from tab sheets, etc. So don't just give up if you don't find chords, but at this point we should have this done. The next idea is to pull 2 major chords from the music piece, and I've told you to keep it simple. So chord, I'll use D and G. Okay, so there's a D and a G there. Now I'm going to break up the chords into the triad of notes that's in that. Okay, so D, if I can pull it up real quick, this is a pack in the packet I gave you, is D, F sharp, and A. Okay, so oops, E, F sharp, A. G is made up of G, B, and D. G, E, A. With each of those notes, if you're looking for advanced, okay, you can write a piece of music and submit it there. That would be awesome. Just trying to give you some more ways to prove that you're a great musician and a mathematician at the same time. Another way to get advanced is to have at least 1 chord from music piece that's complex. Okay, so if you see a D, let me see if I can pull one up here, like a D sharp chord, okay, or a flat. You might see augmenteds, sevenths. The most common you'll probably see would be like an A minor. It would be like CM. Okay, that would be a C minor. Okay, but you're gonna have to research those yourself, and that's why I put it in the advanced column. You have to find the notes yourself. Okay, and then explain what the complex part of the chord means mathematically. Okay, what does a 7th mean? That's the hard part of that advanced column. All right. Okay, the next thing you need to do is write a trig function for each note. All right. So to do that, I need to find the frequency that each of these notes operates at. And I am going to shout right to Wolfram Alpha, wolframalpha.com, and I can type frequency of the note. I usually bring it right up. Okay. This 4, if you look at the piano is 8 octaves. This 4 means that it's in the 4th octave, which is the middle of the piano, basically. Okay, what you're looking for is that right there, 293.665. Make sure you put the units on there, and remember, hertz is cycles per second. Okay, so the period of this function is passing by 293.665 times per second. All right. Next, you need to write the function. We have fun with functions. And remember y, let's just do an equation here. Y equals sine and 2 pi, then the frequency x. Okay. Software is not cooperating. The next thing I'm going to do is graph. Okay, and again, I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna go to Wolfram Alpha. Don't need to delete that, but you can. There, it brings it right up. Okay, you can use these if you want. Just note that we're in the negatives here. Okay, time does not run negative, neither does music. So I want to get rid of those personally, and I want to show some more cycles of the graph. Just that's just personal preference. So a good interval to work with. These are your x values here. Okay. In class, I showed you pi over 64. And you can see that it goes from 0 to about 0.05 seconds. All right. And remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, almost 14 cycles in 0.05 seconds. So these sound waves are moving. Okay. But this image I can just copy and I can paste. All right. Decides to work. I do also want you to put the period of the function in terms of math. And remember, that's 2 pi over k. K is going to be this string here. All right, so my period is 2 pi over 2 pi times 293.665. Okay. I'm going to simplify that as well. 1 over 293.665. Okay. And you can also put that in decimal notation. .0034. I just use a calculator for that. So every 0.0034 second, one period passes by your eardrum. All right. You have 6 of those to do. And you can see it took me about 2 or 3 minutes. It doesn't hard work, but it's practice, so you get it down. Okay? This type of question is on the final. Okay. There's the graph. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. I would have 5 more to do if I was going to finish the project. So that's about where we're at right now in class. I'm going to keep going and show you how to do some of the more advanced stuff and describe the rest of the project just so it's all in one video. If you want to look, if you look at the rubric, we calculated the period. Okay. You need to show and explain why the notes in each chord are in harmony. Okay. So I haven't showed you that in class yet, but I'm going to show it to you now. You have to have equation for each note, first of all. So we need the frequency of F sharp, 369.994. So then the function, easy part here, I'm just going to copy this, paste it, change the number here. And then A is 440 hertz. We have our three functions. I'm going to put them all in one graphing window on Wolfram, and this is where you're going to have to adjust your graphing window interval. Okay. There's one of them. Two. Three. And I'm going to put an interval on there. So let's see if this works. And hopefully it does. And bam, there they are. Okay, now here's the really cool part. See that? Where they all meet? That shows that we're in consonance or harmony. Okay, so when I'm asking you on the rubric, student shows and explains why the notes in each chord are in harmony using the trigonometric graphs. Okay, what you're doing is uploading this graph, copy image, you can put it up there if you want. And then you can go into the explanation. The D chord is consonant because the graphs of D, F sharp, and A meet at specific intervals such as, and we can see 0.014, 0.028, that's how you graph together. Then that's all the notes together. If you want, find it real quick, to earn advanced, you need to graph the waveform of the chord. Okay, it's different because these functions are just all added together. Okay, so the only change I'm going to make here is plus, and I'm going to get rid of this y. The y equals sine A, and then this is F sharp and this. So let's see what that generates for us. And there it is. Okay, so you can see you can easily earn advanced on this piece. Copy it. Paste it, and you got it. Okay. So that would be part of the advanced. The other part on that end would be to write the trig function for each chord. And it's right here. So we could actually, hopefully, Copy. There you go. So you just earned advanced in that. Also, explain why the notes in each chord are in harmony using ratios. I'll show you that in class. And then the relationship of amplitude to volume. So, and I've shown you that too. Just remember that when you write these functions, if I put a number out front, like 2, the standard number is 1. But if I raise it to like 2, that's an amplitude change, which changes the volume that the music is coming out of the speaker. Okay. If I were to lower it, it would lower the volume, of course. So you need to explain that in writing. And you also need to compare two functions with different amplitudes. Okay, and that would just be, oh, this one is an amplitude of 2, this one has an amplitude of 1, therefore this would sound louder. Okay, that's all I'm looking for there, just to check your understanding. The rest of it is the written report. That's 25% of your grade, so you need to have an introductory paragraph stating the purpose and the overview. Include a copy of the music piece, which I showed you, and then include all information from both of these rows here. Okay, so all this needs to be in the written report. And the conclusion summarizes the report and results. Okay, so your conclusion at the end. And then just a small grade for your writing, the contents on grade level and grammatically correct. If you want to earn advanced, again, put the trig analysis advanced stuff in here and make sure your writing is crisp and clean. You might have to do some peer edits. If you want to turn those in, I'll totally bump you up to advanced. And then any sources you used, like those graphs are coming off Wolfram Alpha, put those in a properly cited MLA format, and that'll bump you up as well. Okay. But so that's 25% of your grade. The trig analysis is the big part. That's 50%. And then the music piece and analysis there is 25%. All right. So that should get you through the Music Man project. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask in class. Thanks for watching.